So this is my student, Shermeen Washington. She's a beautiful, beautiful person, inside and out, and I'm so proud of her that she's doing a wonderful job on her piano lesson homework. So do you see how she wrote out this columns? Okay, this represents the major scales, but we're only covering right now the white notes. In other words, not the flats and the sharps. We're going to be covering that the next lesson. But in this, we see this is what every piano student needs to do. You need to write out columns. You see how you have the first column that represents the first degree of the scale. Now, underneath it is going to be the key. So, like you see, if you're in the key of C, for instance, let me just see if I can get the arrow. C is the first degree of the key of C major. The second degree in C major is D. The third degree is E. Fourth degree is F. Fifth degree is G. Sixth degree is A, seventh degree is B. Now we go under C, we go to now the key of D. Now you're in the key of D major. D major is the key of two sharps. So once again, first degree, you have to start learning things as numbers. Second degree is E in the key of D major. Third degree is F sharp. Fourth degree is G. Fifth degree is A. Sixth degree is B. Seventh degree is C sharp. Moving forward to the key of E major. First degree is E. Second degree is F sharp. Third degree is G sharp. Fourth degree is A. Fifth degree is B. Sixth degree is C sharp. Seventh degree is D sharp. E is the key of four sharps. Now we move down to F major. F is the key of one flat. So the first degree being F in F major. Second degree G. Third degree A. Fourth degree B. Fifth degree C. Sixth degree is D. And seventh degree is E. Now let's keep going. Let's go now with the key of G major, the key of one sharp. First degree is G. Second degree is A. Third degree is B. Fourth degree is C. Fifth degree is D. Sixth degree is E. Seventh degree is F sharp. Now let's move forward to the key of A major, the key of three sharps. G major was the key of one sharp. A is the first degree. B is the second degree. C sharp is the third degree. D is the fourth degree. E is the fifth degree. F sharp is the sixth degree. G sharp is the seventh degree. On to the key of B, the key of five sharps. B is the first degree. C sharp, second degree. D sharp, third degree. E is the fourth degree. F sharp is the fifth degree. G sharp is the sixth, and A sharp is the seventh. Do you see how she wrote this chart? So I'm saying every piano student needs to write a chart just like this. You got to do 7 columns. You write on the top of the columns number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7. And then these are all the keys. This is the key of C major. This is the key of D major. They're all the major scales. C major scale, D major scale, E major scale, F major scale, G major scale, A major scale, and the B major scale. Now, underneath it, I just taught her how to play, for now, just using her right hand. These are the fingers you would play in your right hand, meaning your first finger is your thumb. Then you got your second finger, your third finger, your fourth, and your fifth finger is your pinky. So the fingering 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be used for the keys of C, D, E, G, A, and B. So in other words, if you were playing, let's say, the C major scale, you would start off with your thumb on C, then your second finger on D, your third finger on E. These are not degrees. These are fingerings. Please do not confuse fingerings with degrees, okay? So your thumb on C, second finger on D, third finger on E, then you bring your thumb to F, second finger on G, third finger on A, fourth finger on B, and then your pinky, your fifth finger would be on C. Then you could come down backwards, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay, meaning your fifth finger, pinky, on C. 5, fourth finger on B, third finger, second, first, and your third finger on E, second, first. So you could go up and then decline down. You could do the same fingering in D major, E major. That where it's a difference is F. F, the fingering is going to be 1 in your right hand, 2, 3, 4. Your fourth finger has to go on B flat. Then your first finger goes back onto C. Second finger on D. third finger on E, and fourth finger on F. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. She wrote it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see it. So in other words, the right hand fingerings are all the same for the scales of C major, D major, E major, G major, A major, and B major, but the fingering is different for the key of F. This is your right hand. Once again, not your left hand, your right hand. We didn't cover the left hand yet. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, she was talking about the difference between harmony and melody. I like how she wrote it. She wrote it up here. Okay. Melody is individual notes that are created from the scale. So in other words, a melody is not something you would play 2 notes or 3 notes at the same time. They're individual notes. Harmony is when you play more than 2 or 3 notes at the same time. Okay. Then she was saying tonal music sounds pleasant to the ear, correct, and atonal does not sound pleasant. Music consists of 3 things: melody, harmony, and rhythm, correct. She we just covered 2 basic notes, your quarter note, which will look like this. It's like a little circle and it's colored in, and then the stem goes up. A half note is not colored in and the stem goes up. A quarter note gets 1 beat. A half note gets 2 beats. So for instance, if this is your tempo, here's your quarter notes. Ba, 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 ba. Did you notice how every time I snap my finger, I hit a note? Because it gets 1 beat. Ba, 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 ba. Now a half note gets 2 beats. You have to actually hold it now for 2 beats. Ba, ba. I'm sorry if I sound like a goat, but you get the point. See, do you see the difference between a quarter note and a half note? Quarter note, ba, 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 ba. Half note, ba, ba. You see how you're holding that for 2 beats versus the quarter note that gets 1 beat. So she did that. Excellent. Rules of tonal music. Now, this is chords. This is for chord progressions. You understand? Chord progressions. The first chord of every scale will be a major chord. So in other words, if we're in the key of C, your first degree would be a C major chord, C, E, G. That's root position. Your second chord in the key of C major would be a D minor chord, D, F, A. Your third chord in the key of C major would be an E minor chord, E, G, B. Your fourth chord in C major is an F major, F, A, C. Your fifth chord is G major, G, B, D. Your sixth chord is an A minor, A, C, E. Your seventh chord is a diminished, B, D, F. That's a B diminished. Now you could create a chord progression. In other words, you could start off with a C major chord, then maybe go to like a fifth chord, then go to a sixth chord, then go to a 2 chord. You know, that's using the rules of tonality. Typically, tonal music starts with the first chord in the beginning of the song and ends with the first chord at the ending of the song. Then she was just writing out. Now, this is where she made a little mistake, not a big deal. When you're writing out numbers, 1, she put 3 flat. The flat is supposed to come first. So in other words, the B is supposed to be on the left-hand side and then the 3. So it's supposed to say 1 flat 3. Now that would be 1 flat 3 is your basically formula for a minor chord. So if you're in the key of C, she's correct. It would be C, E flat, G, because a flat typically means to lower a note a half step. So we know that in the key of C that the E is the third, right? The third degree. So if we were lowering the E a half step, we would be lowering the E to an E flat. So she is correct. 1, it's just that she was supposed to write not 3 flat, flat first. The little B, that little B means flat. Little B and then 3. So 1 flat 3 5. And she's correct. That would be C, E flat, G in the key of C. That is a diminished chord. Again, the flat is supposed to come first. 1 flat 3 flat 5. Down to key of C, she's correct. C, E flat, and G flat. That is correct. That would be a C diminished. Then first inversion, I guess she was doing the minor. Let me see if I can get rid of this thing here. Hold on 1 second. So she's correct. Once again, it's supposed to be flat 3, not 3 flat, but flat 3 5 1, which she's giving the example in the key of C, which would be E flat, G, and C. Correct. That's a first inversion C minor chord. And a second inversion, 5 flat 3 1, G, E flat, C. Correct. That would be a second inversion C minor chord. Now the key is that you have to use the same formula for every key. Like, so here's an example. If we were in the key of D, and I wanted to play a D minor chord, right? So we would start off 1, flat 3, which now would be an F natural, 5. If we were in the key of E, flat 3, which is a G natural, and B. Do you see? So you have to, that's why you have to learn the numbers in music. It's very mathematical, but she did an excellent, excellent job. Seeing if there's anything else that I want to cover here. No, that's it. Shameen, excellent job, A+. You did a great job.